If you don't know the language, even a little bit of the language, man, they'll take you sideways and tell you all kinds of stories about this stuff. You know? Like, que salgó as a feather serpent, you know. Like, Huitzilopochtli, the god of war, you know, stuff like that. Like Tlaloc, the god of the rain, you know, I can go on and on. You know? Okay? No gods, no boogeymans, no cucuys, nothing like that. It's all scientific, it's all astronomical, every single thing about what we have here. And it took them a long time to put it together. So, the names that are here: Ocelot, the jaguar; Eekat, the wind; Kiawitlet, the rain of fire; and At, the rain. So these are names of the elements. That's the first thing we teach little kids in school. When we go to kindergarten, and we just right away throw a circle, throw 4 squares: earth, wind, fire, and water, and they put them on there. Vamos, you know, and they know it. And when the teacher comes in and says, "No, quit yelling," I go, "That's okay, they're counting, don't worry about it." I go, "What are the 4 elements of life, teacher?" And I always catch her off guard. She goes, "Oh, she can't think, you know." Tell the kids, "How about kids?" Hey, right, what are they? Earth, wind, fire, and water. The most important thing in the world to know. The most important thing. We have forgotten. As a government, we can't give our kids a clean glass of water today. You know? But if we teach them, then hopefully they're going to make sure that their kids get a clean glass of water. But they're going to respect what? The earth, the wind, the fire, and the water. Not only that, once we say that, earth, wind, fire, and water, guess what? We took it away from those boogeymans, you know? Took it away from those boogeymans that want to call it superstition, something else. It immediately becomes science. We're talking elements of life, you know? And this is the way it goes, all throughout. So, I want you to repeat with me, if you be so kind. Are you ready? We're going to say the names of the days, okay? First in English, so we can see what they are. Okay? Crocodile. Wind. Wind. House. House. Lizard. Lizard. Serpent. Serpent. Skull. Skull. Deer. Deer. Rabbit. Rabbit. Water. Water. Dog. Dog. Monkey. Monkey. Herb. Herb. Reed. Reed. Jaguar. Jaguar. Eagle. Eagle. Condor. Condor. Movement. Movement. Flint. Flint. Rain. Rain. Flower. Flower. All right, let's make it fun. Cocodrilo. Cocodrilo. Viento. Viento. Casa. Casa. Lagartija. Lagartija. Serpiente. Serpiente. Calavera. Calavera. Venado. Venado. Conejo. Conejo. Agua. Agua. Perro. Perro. Se decía perro, you're going to run. Mono. Mono. Hierba. Hierba. Carrizo. Carrizo. Jaguar. Jaguar. Jaguario. Jaguar. Águila. Águila. Cóndor. Cóndor. Movimiento. Movimiento. Pedernal. Pedernal. Lluvia. Lluvia. Flor. Flor. Okay, now the fun begins. Sipacli. Sipacli. Let your heart hear the vibrations. Sipacli. Eekat. Kali. Cuespali. Coat. Miquistli. Masat. Tochtli. At. Isquintli. Osomatli. Mali. Akat. Ocelot. Cuautli. Cosca Cuautli. Olin. Tekpat. Kiawit. Shoshi. Yeah, Shoshi. Not Soshi. Sometimes they put a Z in there, Soshi, but it's not Zorro Soshi. It's like X, Shoshi. X, it's pronounced like an S-A, Shoshi. Like Mexico Tenochtitlan. So there are a lot of things we got to pick up a little bit. It'll help us out a little bit. Because we got to pronounce it not correct, because we're nowhere near correct to the correct pronunciation. Unfortunately, because myself, I wasn't fortunate enough to be blessed speaking the language or hearing the language all my life. I wish I had it. But I wasn't. I learned it as I was older. But it's a beautiful language. When I got into the calendar, I had to learn the language. I had to learn the language of the calendar. So I don't know fluent enough where I can speak a conversation with people in the street when they speak nothing but Nahuatl. Tlahtoli, they call it. But I know enough to get in trouble. So. And a little bit out of trouble. So I had to learn the names of all the days, Sipacli, Eekat. I had to learn what Sipacli meant, how the word breaks down to where it comes from. You know, Sipacli 1, Pacli over something, medicines, Pacli. We start, finding things. the way to find where different teachers coincided in these ideas and this search that they were doing. So it wasn't our work that we did it, you know, it was many teachers that have worked so long already. But unfortunately something came up, something happened, maybe a volcano erupted, I don't know what happened. But somehow they were not together no more, you know. Somehow they were separated now. Somehow teachers were no longer working together in unison and building something like they were at one time. So many different ideas came up now that more teachers, more different ways of thinking. And the calendar started kind of becoming anybody's business, everybody's business. I liked it myself. I said, hey, there's nothing to tell me no, okay? That's when I started. When I started, I said, nobody can tell me no. Because I asked a question and nobody knows. Okay, then, well, let me find out about that then, you know? Right? I mean, can you imagine that? Asking a question all the time to your teacher or somebody and they don't know the answer? Well, then you better go find out yourself, if you care, you know? You know? So, it was okay for a while. But then, when we started seeing, because the people who did have other kind of, I call it education, right? They were educated a little more than me, you know? In certain fields, certain themes, and they were picking things up. Wow, hey, that's vector geometry. So, yeah, same to you, man, you know? I know what they were talking about, you know? Oh, that's this and that. They were finding other pieces of the sciences in here, way different than what I could imagine, you know? To me, it was a simple thing, you know? 20-day science, going in 13 numbers, so we can walk a little more in harmony. That's all I'm after. That's all I've been after for 25 years, you know. Okay? But in the process, you know, we're like blowing people's minds, you know, who have a lot of other like I said, ways of looking at this. So in August, I'm coming back from Mexico City because I go there every year in July, and I invite all of you to come with me if you care to. Like I said last night, on July 25 is the day of the Condor. And on that day, we like to be in front of the Pyramid of the Sun in Mexico City, in Teotihuacan, you know. And if I have health and life, I'll be there this year also, on July 25th. And the sun is directly above my head like this, in the Zenith passage. So there's no shadow, okay. So we want to be there on this day, because the next day is called Olim, movement. And that's July 26th, it's July 27th. So on July 26th, on this day, Olim, this symbol right here is this big symbol right here. See? So the symbol right there is right there real small. And it's only movement. And it's got a name. All these squares have a name. There's 4 dots in each square. They're called Nawi Ocelot for jaguar. Nawi Hecat for wind. Nawi Kiawitlet for rain of fire. And Nawi At for water. And the big one altogether is called 1, 2, 3, 4 Nawi Olim for movement. In fact, they even call Olim. Like there's a symbol right here, Olim. So every year on this day, Olim, the sun is directly above Mexico City, without a doubt, and with no shadow. Okay? And that is what's carved on the face of this calendar system. This is the second passage of the sun over Mexico City on July 26th. And the way they explained it to us is very interesting. Every day also has a number from 1 to 13. So we're traveling in 13-day cycles. So let's say, for example, you start here with number 1. And you travel 13, it will bring you to the reed. Then jaguar will be number 1 again. 1 jaguar, and travels 13 to the skull. Then 1 deer, and it travels 13 like that to the rain. And then 1 flower, and it goes like that, 13-day cycles. And so they've all been 13. And when that's happened, they've gone 20 times 13. And that's 260 days. And that equals 9 months gestation period. You add another 13 days to that, 273 is the time of gestation of a human being. So that's our count. That's our human count. That's our cuenta, you know. That was called Tonal Powali. At the same time, the Earth is traveling 20 days, 18 times around the sun. Okay? So the Earth is doing a trip around the sun. While we're doing a trip on the Earth, right? So we're moving on the Earth in 9-month cycles, while the Earth is moving in a year cycle around the sun. So those 2 counts are walking together. But one is numbers and one is symbols. Okay? So we start again with the crocodile. We travel 13 days. Then the jaguar and travel 13 days. Now check it out. We've already traveled 20-day cycles, right? And so there's the crocodile again. But now he's not number 1 no more. Now he's got a different number, number 8. So he starts again. It'll go like this until they've all gone through the cycle. And then once again, the crocodile will be number 1 again. Okay? And that's 9 months. So it's a trip. But these are very, very precise time periods that we're traveling in. So today, we're in the day of the rain, right here. It's called Kia Week, the day of the rain. And the number is 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're actually traveling in a 13-day cycle of oiling movement. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then there will be one dog, and that'll take the 20-day cycle. So it's only 2 cycles going at the same time, like I said. A human cycle of 9 months and an earth cycle of 1 year and a quarter of a day. On the corners of the year signs, here's the house, the rabbit, the reed, and the flint. So there's 4 years. It's just like in the Mayan calendar, it's got those 4-year signs, or 4-year bearers, they call it, and the 20-day cycles. And the cycle and the 20 days are all the same. Either exactly the same or the same concepts of the same system, because it is the same system. But we start traveling in 20 days, and we travel in the year of the house, and then the year of the rabbit, the year of the reed, and the year of the flint. Now, but I think there's something else. I think I found out why it's the most precise calendar system. Okay? Why? That's a big question. What makes it so special? Well, guess what? It was special because it didn't wait. It didn't take 4 years to put in a leap year, right? On February 28th. You know? It didn't take 4 years to come up with that quarter of a day or the whole day. The way they did it was real easy, so simple that it's even laughable. You know? I hope you'll be laughing when I'm done with this one, you know? They have 4 years, okay? They have 4 years. So the first year was a rabbit. So they will start that year as soon as the sun, you know, hit the horizon, right? So north is over here. North, more or less. So east is over here, right? Okay. As soon as the sun crossed the horizon, as soon as the sun came up, bing, you know, it was a new day. It began counting the days. And they will count 24 hours, what we call 24 hours, the whole day, until the sun came up there again, boom, you know, right? So they did it like that. That's sunrise. As soon as the sun hit the horizon, that's sunrise, okay? 360 days, 365 days, and then from there, they would wait until the sun was directly above them over here, you know, in the zenith passage, and it was noon. And it was a quarter of a day difference. And then it began the new year at noon. And then they wait till the sun was there. Then they wait till the sun was over there, boom, a quarter of a day, and that's the new year. So for the year of the rabbit, they begin the years at sunrise. For the years of the reed, they began at noontime. For the years of the flint, they began at sundown. And for the year of the house, they began at midnight. So they began marking or measuring their times in these different times. And they used up their 1 quarter of a day. And so today, we wait 4 years and we put 1 day in February 29th. It doesn't really exist. And not only that, none does not exist. It's not just a question of where's a better place to put that quarter of a day. But it's a question of we're not walking in that rhythm. We're not in that rhythm. You know, every 4 years we get back in the rhythm, and then we start getting behind the rhythm again. And in 4 years we're way behind the rhythm a whole day. You know. So in other words, I thought that was pretty good. They did the minutes. So that brought us to another point. It brought us to the point of any questions up to now? Okay, so that brought us to this right here. Brought us to this. See, this is the last work that we did, and because once we found out about minutes, about that they were actually working with minutes, with you know, keeping track of minutes, it's too incredible that they had this. So then what we did here, we found a way to put all the system of the codex inside the calendar. Because all this information out here is inside here. And we can walk on this calendar as if we're walking on all these 13-day cycles that we have here. The number companions, bird companions, wing companions, it's incredible. All these are calendars. Like there's a calendar of birds, of wings, you know, that we don't even know about, we don't even use. There's a calendar of night companions. There's 9 of them. They repeat themselves every 9 days. If we knew that, we could include that in the things that we're learning and doing to make life a little better for us. You know? It's just like everybody here probably knows what zodiac signs are born in here, right? Most everybody does, you know, right? Because we want to know more about ourselves. We want to know how can we take advantage of the potential and qualities we have, pretty much, you know. So it's okay. I think it's pretty good. But this one here, it does the same thing. But it takes it, I think, a step further.